I'm Jessica Roberts, and we are here in Lakeland with Ethos Roasters with the owner, Lisbeth. So first off, can you give us an overview of your company and kind of how it all started?
It basically started with the desire to make a difference in the lives of people around the world, particularly in developing countries. So I'm originally from Guatemala. My husband is from Colombia. And we grew up surrounded by coffee and also surrounded by a lot of people that were very hardworking, but we felt were not being paid fairly for their work. And we found that coffee was kind of like the perfect vehicle where we could make a difference in people's lives and then at the same time get to enjoy an amazing product that we both were kind of a little addicted to.
So where do your beans in particular come from?
So we have beans from many different countries, mostly Central South America, and we have a couple countries in Africa. So we do a lot of beans from Colombia as well, Brazil, Peru. So basically, the top growing countries in the world.
So when we go to the store, we're looking at packaging, or when we're going online, there's always that fair trade label on the more expensive roasts. Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
So fair trade is a certification program. So it's kind of similar to the organic program or some other certification programs. And what they do is basically they visit the farms or visit the cooperatives, and they ensure that cooperative a minimum price. If the price of coffee falls below $125 per pound, and then if it doesn't, then it guarantees them a premium of about 10 cents per pound. So it is a good start, but one of the things we want people to kind of like search for and support is people that are doing very transparent trading and that provide premiums that are beyond that. I do think there's definitely room for roasters, for consumers to support a system that rewards the farmers much more than what we're doing right now.
And you are part of such a system, right?
Yes, so we're actually our most impactful coffee is sourced directly from the cooperative in Guatemala in a little town called Puaquil, and we pay them 3 times market price directly to them. So that has allowed them to buy their own green coffee processing equipment for the first time. All of their kids are going to school, which is super, super important for us. That's one of the conditions that we have when we work directly with people, is that all the kids from the farmers can have to go to school.
So explain the roasting process.
Okay, so here we have 2 roasters. We have a 15 kilo one and a 2 kilo one, and it basically allows us to do different size batches. So these are green beans that have already been processed at the farm level. So they started as a cherry. They dry them out under the sun for about a week or a little bit more. So green beans are definitely smaller than their roasted counterparts. And during the roasting process, you heat up the beans in a very controlled manner. There's a rotating steel drum inside that kind of like makes sure that heat gets distributed evenly throughout the roast. Depending on the length of the roast, you can have anything from a light roast to a medium roast to a darker roast, and then the darker that you go, typically, you start losing some of the original components of the green beans. I personally like pour overs a lot because it just gives you kind of like the whole experience. So the first pour is just to wet the grounds, and I'm just allowing a little bit of time for degassing. This is actually an indication of freshness, so it's a very easy way to tell how fresh your beans are. If these were old beans, you would not see any bubbling at all. Cheers! Cheers! Okay, what do you guys think?
It's delicious.